Hello and welcome. Here we have Evan Lorberbaum, who also goes by Elo. Do you feel that your sales have been affected due to the pandemic?
Yeah, that's a great question. So knock on wood, I'm actually very grateful that I actually had an uptick in sales over this past year. And I'm very grateful and um, really, I would say pleasantly surprised by that. And I would say it's due to a bunch of external factors. Of course, I would say with the quarantine and travel restrictions and
Right.
COVID guidelines, there's a lot more expendable income, I think.
Okay.
And when people are not able to go on vacation or dine outside or go to various forms of entertainment as they usually would, I feel like they've been spending more on either interior design or home decor and furnishings and really wanting to spruce up their homes since they are spending so much more time at home.
Right.
That has trickled down to my business, and that I've been very active in selling more paintings and at least having people, I would say, recognizing my work or showing that initial interest. So for that, I'm very thankful for.
That's absolutely amazing, and congratulations to you on
Thank you.
that. I noticed that you do a lot of digital marketing as well. Has that also helped your sale increase?
Yeah, of course. And I'm glad that you have noticed because that's kind of, I would say, something that I've really doubled down on this past later half of the year and wanting to focus on more in 2021 is
Mhm.
really just establishing more of a digital footprint. And that can be viewed in a bunch of ways, but really just driving more traffic to my website and making sure my website is just really revamped and kept up to date with my recent works or featured press. I recently just added a virtual tour segment to my website so
Mhm.
people can actually click around and see what it's like in my studio.
Mhm.
I've made a feature where people, a live chat feature where people can ask me questions about my work or my process, or even schedule a studio visit through my website. So that's, let's say, how I've focused on my website.
Mhm.
From a digital marketing perspective, I would say definitely more targeted boost campaigns through Facebook, Instagram, and other
Mhm.
forms of social media. Wanting to be active on starting now with TikTok, as that's kind of a new audience or demographic that I'm wanting to reach or connect with.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I would say those are some of them, as well as being more present on other platforms,
Right.
such as either Artsy or I sell through First Dibs
Mhm.
or Saatchi. And yeah, just kind of having more of a digital searchable footprint so people can connect with me and discover me in new ways.
Absolutely. And by doing that, it is so helpful these days, considering there's such limited availability or capabilities for everyone to go out and do this. So it's nice that everyone can have access to you and your work and your studio right at their fingertips. I think that that's an
Yeah,
amazing
exactly.
idea. Yeah. And speaking of, so you have all of these amazing things going for you, and you have a plan, it seems like. What are the next months? What do you have for the next months coming up?
Yeah,
Anything
that's
planned?
a great question. So yeah, basically, it's tough because it goes hand in hand with just understanding when and if we're able to go to these events and attend exhibitions and even present exhibitions.
Right.
So that does depend on um, kind of the larger scheme at play, which is with the vaccine and when that can safely kind of return to normal.
Right.
So yeah, basically, I am wanting to have more of a focus on, as I mentioned, like the studio visit and
Mhm.
really perfecting that
Right.
to the best of my capabilities. So that's really getting more of an audience if it's private collectors, interior designers, art consultants, and really inviting people and making that connection so they can still see and feel my works in person, even if the typical art show isn't really available for those purposes.
Mhm.
That being said, I would say early spring, let's say, if we're able to have more people be vaccinated on a wider scale, that hopefully in the summer or later months that there are some art shows that I would apply for. Maybe they're outdoor art fairs or different ways to still reach a new audience in that sense.
Oh, absolutely. And that sounds like a great plan and it's very exciting. I'm hoping that everything with the vaccine does, run swimmingly and everyone
Yeah,
is able to
definitely.
get it. Evan, thank you so much. This has been absolutely great.